Aditya asks, hey, I hope you're doing good. Yeah, thanks. I'm doing good. Hope you too. Without coding experience background, would you suggest to join your coaching or to get some experience before joining? Without coding, I wouldn't join the coaching. So I think, and I had I've been talking to someone who also wants to join wanted to join the coaching last year, and that's exactly what I told him. Do not join my coaching if you're not good at coaching and coding. If you're not good at coding, you need to have like the basics of coding, how to code, for instance, in Python, how software development works, and you need some databases, the simple relational databases stuff. That's very, very important. That's why I have in the academy. I can show you that. Let's go back to the academy here. Academy. That's why in the academy I have the fundamentals course, and in the fundamentals course I give you basically I'm talking and I'm giving you links about software development, coding with Python, relational databases, computer networking. I have the resources where you can learn this stuff. We're currently working on a Python course, so there will be in the short term there will be a Python course on my site that someone is creating for me. I'm going to announce that once I have the first video. Um, so that's how that's when it makes sense. It makes only sense to join the coaching if you're decent in coding. You don't need to be an expert, you don't need to be advanced, but like you need to do like the simple things, um, reading from a file, understanding what JSON is, reading JSONs, putting them in like dictionaries or lists, and then processing the data. That's super important. And also relational databases, because you see them everywhere, and they're like the basis for everything. Once you understand them, then you can understand NoSQL stuff. So these are like the two main prerequisites that I would say are important for the coaching. Um, a bit of coding, as I said, you don't need to be an expert, but you need to be able to do something, and SQL databases. That's why. That's also a good point why it's easier to get into data engineering than into like data scientist roles, because you can become a data engineer without a university degree. You can, if you're good at like the traditional software development or the traditional computer science topics, then it's easy to actually get into data engineering with a bit of help with doing a project. It's always the same, and you can make it, and it's not a problem. The important thing, and I always say this, and that is why I use why I do the coaching, to try to help people, is to stay on it. And I know the coaching isn't cheap. The coaching is quite expensive. I set it to $1,500. It's not a cheap option compared to the academy. But like also here, like people are slacking, and they need a kick in the butt, and that's important to stay on it. That's what I try with the coaching, to motivate people to keep at it, and to help you, give you tips on how to document your stuff, and then share your information, share your blog posts, share your GitHub, so that you can benefit, and then from it, and get a bit of exposure, and get a job easier. So that's a few of the main goals that we do in the coaching. From my experience, what really helps people is like this. First of all, the seminar, so that because the hardest part is actually getting to a point where you can start the project, where you know what's the project. So in the seminar, what we do is we we go basically over you. You write me your goals and your how's it called, your existing skills. You write that to me before we have a worksheet for that, and then we basically figure out, okay, this could be possible industries. Then you research that. The next day we talk about it. Then you look at job postings, and then we're trying to find a good data set for that. Look into data set. I'm going to show you which are good data sets to learn with, or to start learning, and then you're already there. You're already starting. Once we have the data set, together we go through, together we analyze it, and then we try to set some goals for the project. Okay, like first is like primary and secondary goals that you can realize in your project. After that, it's basically only designing the platform, the pipelines. In the research phase, you did what I said before. You categorize the job openings and what's in there, and then it's fairly easy to actually build a platform out of it. And then it's just doing after that, where I can help, and where I have people to ask, and to, yeah, like with it, like in the community what we had now. Last time, one of my coaching students, she said, I'm not sure with Docker and what base image I should use. Then I have another student who's doing that already. Then I connect these two together, and they can help each other, and it's awesome. I think it's really beneficial for people.